Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Trev and Lev Show here on YouTube.com, where we talk SEC, Tennessee, everything CFB. I'm Trev, that's Lev, and this is the SEC Power Tier, the SEC Power Rankings, whatever you like to call them. Let's just get straight into it here. Uh, should be pretty similar to last week's tier list, just because there's not a lot of games of no crash. Arkansas,
Yeah. Pretty.
Florida,
Yeah, Florida's in there. Arkansas's in there. Mississippi State's in
Mississippi
there.
State,
South Carolina's in there.
South Carolina.
Um, is that it? I mean, because
I think that's it. Unless
Does
we had
Kentucky
Auburn
dip?
in there, right?
Yeah, we might have. Does Kentucky dip back in there?
But see, Kentucky is fighting for bowl eligibility right now.
Yeah, we'll keep them in the mid. We'll keep them in the mid.
Like, so is so is Auburn and Mississippi State. But Kentucky's got a real shot to beat Louisville this weekend. Louisville's looked terrible the past couple weeks. Um, yeah, I mean, Arkansas didn't perform good this weekend. Auburn won against an FCS school. Mississippi State was off, I believe. South Carolina killed Coastal. Florida got embarrassed at home. Yeah, it was just not a good week to be in the trash. No chances to move up here. And Kentucky gets blown out on the road against Vanderbilt. I still think they're mid at
Yeah.
best.
Who else? LSU's mid. They- they're pretty bad too. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
as the season goes on, just a lot of the teams at the bottom of the SEC are getting worse. Uh, so
yeah. I
it's
think
just
LSU still won 7 games though. I think so. They're still mid. I would say
yeah,
they're not quite trash.
They're just not playing with any heart
Mm,
whatsoever. So
no.
that that might be it in the mid. Honestly, looking at
Yeah,
who's left.
I still have Missouri in the good. Just even though they lost this past weekend,
Yeah,
they're still a solid team. That defense is still pretty good.
and then I'd put Texas in there, right?
Mhm. Texas is also in
And then I
there.
guess Tennessee stays in the good just because they don't jump. They're not going to jump any of the other teams ahead of them. But next week they have a real chance to
Got
jump
a
back into
chance.
that top six if
Real
they can
chance.
win. Um,
Yeah, but speaking of six, we got Vanderbilt there.
yeah, I agree. And
Did we
this
miss
is
anyone in the good, or was that was it,
no,
right?
there's only 5 teams left that we haven't put. So
Yeah, so Vanderbilt there at the sixth spot. Um, and here's where it kind of gets a little tough. I think
I
we
think
had Alabama there at the fifth last week, right?
yeah, and
They didn't. They
I think that stays the same. Um, and then here I think it's between Oklahoma and Ole Miss.
Yeah, so we had Ole Miss, we had Oklahoma at three last week. Ole Miss was off this weekend. Um, I think everything kind of has to stay the same here.
Yeah. So you have
I just
who's your four then?
I've got Ole Miss at four,
Oklahoma 3.
Oklahoma at three, Georgia was at two, and A&M at one.
Yeah.
Pretty, like we said, pretty similar week. This might be the exact same tier list as last week, actually.
Yeah, it's probably
Um,
close. I think maybe some of these teams in the bottom tier, like you could say like maybe Mississippi State's better than South Carolina. I don't know. You could maybe like say some of these moved around, but
yeah,
I think every
the only
team
team,
is still in the same category they were in this week.
the teams that are solidified in the trash, I think, at the end of the season will be South Carolina, Arkansas, and Florida. Mississippi State, Auburn have a chance to move up this weekend. And yeah, I think Tennessee and Texas also have a chance to hop up this weekend into the top six, depending on what happens there. Most of this is pretty solidified, and yeah, we'll find out next week who's going to be in the SEC championship game. Probably going to be Texas A&M and Georgia, unless something crazy happens. But it'll be interesting to see if we have them power ranked at one and two, though. So yeah, tune into the next one for that.
Wait, wouldn't it still be Texas and Bama?
Yes, that's what I meant. We tune in next week to see if we have Texas A&M Bama at power ranked 1 and 2. Currently, Bama's at fifth. That is the most likely option for the SEC championship game, unless something crazy happens. But yeah, with that, I'm Trev, and that's Lev. This was the SEC Power Tier. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.